Hi, this is Sherry Veronica Faith Marshall Harris. She's in your news. I don't know if you can recognize her from the photo they have up, but Faith Marshall Harris is in the news. And a lot of what I see as fear-mongering is going on in Barbados. And it's so unnecessary because kids are pretty smart, and every junction, every phase of a child's life is punctuated by question marks and humor. Sometimes a lot of humor goes into what makes a child very curious and very bright. Very bright. The best a child coming into this world can hope for is having parents who can think, who have their finances in order, and who can keep them out of the education system, the school system, until they're about 5-6 years old. That's the best they can hope for. Stay out of that school until they're 6 years old and just be taught by your parents how to think. Do you remember as a young child hearing a guy said, "Oh my God, my belly hurt me real bad. It's that time of the month." I remember hearing a guy say that it's that time of the month, and he had belly pains and he had belly hurt. And then you hear chuckles from your parents, people, the older people around, they would just laugh. Your life is punctuated like that. A child's life is punctuated like that. Do you remember going to school and something happening and the little boy starts to cry and cry? You say, "Oh my God, he's always crying. He cries like a little girl." And it's punctuated like that. Okay? Life is punctuated like that. What should have happened as part of the punctuation is the adults holding the religious part of indoctrination away from children, from kids. That is something you should hold back. Okay? You don't seem to have a problem giving it to them from the time they are babies, giving them the religion, singing religious. You don't seem to have a problem with that. And that is something, if you were to ask me, was rushed. The Bible and everything in there was rushed. If you're talking about not rushing transgender legislation, you put things on your children that have already been rushed. You rushed probably to have them. You rushed when you were not thinking of having good support for them when they got here. A lot of things are rushed, but when a child is born, you can help that child along if you are a thinking person. And if you can keep them out of the school system for a while, they'll be okay. They're going to be okay. They'll know if they're a boy or if they're a girl. They'll know if they're swinging this way or batting that way. They'll know. There's nothing that's going to be different. There's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. There's not going to be anything new under this sun. So do you recognize Faith Marshall Harris in this picture that they have of her in the Nation News? I had to go online to make sure it's the same person, but yeah, she needs to sit down. She needs to sit down. What should not have been rushed is putting religion on your kids, indoctrinating your kids with religion. That's something that should not have been rushed, okay? And you don't mind doing that. There are a lot of things that you don't mind doing that was rushed. They are all rushed, but then you talk about this thing that it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to turn anyone to be something that they're not meant to be. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay if someone wants to try something and then straighten out as they get older or whatever. It's just gonna be okay. Because if you were to look back and see what all first experiences were, go back and look and figure out all first experiences. People pull out of that and move away from that and grow up and go separate ways, and They find themselves. People are going to find themselves, and whoever should be whatever, so mote it be. So mote it be. Chef Veronica.